Keystone Global Media presents to you a 6A semifinal rematch between the visiting Norwin Knights and your hosts, the Canon McMillan Big Macs. Welcome in, folks. I'm Dean Shazer, welcoming you all into the biggest game on the young campaign of 2026. Sebastian Schulski, the University of Cincinnati commit, will command the mound for the Big Macs. He enters this contest at a 3-0 record, pitching over 18 innings, 18 and a third innings, only averaging 2.3 hits per game, walking 5 on the season, striking out 11 per with that 1.91 ERA. For Norwin, it will be Matthew O'Neill, the 6'2 senior right-hander. O'Neill features a fastball slider combination while mixing in a change occasionally. Canon Mac remains undefeated after 3 straight wins over Woodland Hills in a 3-game set in which they dominated. Unlike Norwin, who, after its loss on March 25th to North Allegheny, bounced back with 3 straight wins over Hempfield. Norwin now sits at a pretty 3-0 record in section play and 5-1 overall, while Canon Mac, as mentioned, remains undefeated 8-0 overall. Welcome in, folks. This is Keystone Global Media. I'm Dean Shazer, and we present to you a beautiful 6A matchup on this 60-degree day with no clouds and only sun. Things are set to warm up over the late stretch of the week as we represent to you the national anthem. Remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. As mentioned, it is Sebastian Schulski taking command for the Big Macs, but wanted to break down the lineup for the Norwin Knights at first. We're going to start with the leadoff hitter, who's, for Norwin, is a really senior-centric lineup. The only junior in the lineup today is Dante Marino, and he's in the 9-hole. So it should tell to you how much just what this senior class means to the Knights on the other side. But batting leadoff and playing third is Jake Knight. At short and in the 2-hole is Tristan Tavares. Caden Sivrich will be in the 3 spot. Look out for Sivrich. He'll be playing center field. Derek Berger, also a senior. These are all going to be seniors until Dante Marino at the end. Derek Berger in the 4 spot playing left. Zane Markovitz at behind the bump catching for O'Neill. In right is Helfenstein batting 6. Batting 7 is Liam O'Donnell playing first. Pitching and DHing is O'Neill in the 8 spot, and rounding it off in your 9 spot and playing second is Dante Marina. So Schulski gets set. Stimson's catching. Cincinnati to Pittsburgh is where these two are committed for the next step of their baseball career, hoping to advance it. Schulski, he features a fastball slider combo for the majority of things. Really doesn't throw the curveball. I've only seen it about 6 to 8 times this season, and that changeup comes in only situationally. The throwdown from Stimson goes over the head of Marshak, but It's not what matters now. This is the first pitch on this sunny day in April. Jake Knight, and for a semifinals rematch of what was last year, Canon McMillan looking to get revenge and remain undefeated. Shulsky's first pitch tonight, and we're off. It's a strike right there. You'll see that fastball a lot today from Shulsky. Ground ball, crashing is Westfall onto first. Great pick by Radu. And 2 pitches, 2 outs. 1 out. 2 pitches, 1 down for Knight, and Shulsky goes to work early. Shulsky averaging just over 14 pitches per inning, but throwing under 4 pitches per batter. Tavares fouls that one away. Playing short today is Tavares. Looking to get the second batter of the inning out. It would be his dozenth time doing so if he's successful. The 0-1 in there. You'll see those first pitch strikes. We've already seen 2 to each batter today. That happens 65% of the time from Shulsky. And he doesn't miss his zone much. 68% strike thrown percentage. The 0-2 looking. This game means a little more today due to the implications of what was last year. And I don't know if the microphone's catching it, but the Canon McMillan dugout could definitely tell there's a different energy today. Now, who I mentioned, Caden Siverich, the senior, playing center. Look out for him. The first pitch to him, there's another first pitch strike, gets fouled away. So, as I mentioned, Shulsky, that was the 12th time this season he's got the first 2 batters out. And the 17th time he's got the leadoff guy out. We'll see if he can get his 11th 1-2-3 inning. The 0-1 to Norwin's center fielder. Shulsky going to work early on Norwin. The 0-2. Fouled back. Fighting is Siverich, finds himself in an 0-2 hole. A little communication between Shulsky and Stimson. Meeting on the same page. Shulsky sets. Little in for Siverich. He backs away slowly. Recoils and recollects. The 3-stripe socks for Norwin. With the solid high blues for Canon Mac. Similar look from Shulsky and Siverich. The 1-2 is low. So Siverich, after finding himself in an 0-2, now has it 2-2. Swing and a miss. Shulsky, 1-2-3 inning for the 11th time this season. And Canon McMillan looks to lead things off with Massimo Falcone in the bottom of the first. The Knights go 1-2-3, and we go to a read. 0-0 after the top of 1. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Mariana Outdoorsmen Association, a leader in outdoor recreation and conservation here in southwestern Pennsylvania. From fishing along 10 Mile Creek to hunting, shooting, sports, and community events, the MOA continues to create opportunities for people of all ages to experience the outdoors. With hundreds of acres to explore and a commitment to preserving our natural resources, it's more than just a club, it's a destination. Learn more and get involved at marianaoutdoors.com. 2-3 and O'Neill, who features a fastball slider combo alike Shulsky, mixes in a change occasionally. The difference in velocity is definitely noticeable. That's not a knock on O'Neill, but the fact that Shulsky is throwing low 90s, can clip up to 92, it's just astonishing to see from this short distance. But here at the Canon Mac High School field, it's a turf infield and a grass outfield, with the deepest notch probably being that deep left center, especially with the fence being caved in slightly due to weathering and age. And the short porches, you can call them short porches, are down the lines. So no special notches here. As Massimo Falcone, playing center field, wearing number 17. Falcone bats .500 with 5 RBI on the season, and is up there in on-base percentage, one of the most reliable and glue pieces to this team. He's a 57% on-base percentage, and he steals a lot of bases when he does so. So the first pitch to the offense of Canon Mac is grounded tonight on over to O'Donnell. Gets the speedy Falcone in one pitch. So that'll go as a 5-3 put out. One up, one down on one pitch for O'Neill. So MJ Marshak, you could call him probably the most well-rounded batter on this Big Mac team. Takes strike one, batting .550. He's hit 3 home runs and batted 12 in. Leads the team in on-base percentage. As Marshak quickly down 0-2. Moving with pace is O'Neill on the mound. The 0-2 to Marshak. Swinging a wave. Gets past Markovitz down to first after corralling. Marshak didn't realize the ball got past Markovitz initially, and it hit the backstop and took a strange bounce toward the Canon Mac dugout. Regardless, Markovitz able to collect onto O'Donnell for the strikeout and the 2-3 put out. So on 4 pitches, O'Neill has 2 outs. Troy Stimson takes ball 1 from O'Neill, and then sees the second pitch out. Stimson committed to the University of Pittsburgh, as mentioned in pregame. The only other notable Pittsburgh MLB player currently would probably be Isaac Matson of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Played well with a sub-2 ERA for some good time last year. The 2-1 is low. So 3-1 now to Stimson. Canon Mac looking for the first base runner on their half of this inning. First base runner of the game for both teams it would be. Nice off speed in there. The full count with 2 down. Time is called from Stimson. Craig Spezak, longtime coach of the Norwin Knights, managing that dugout. The 3-2 is away, and Stimson is the first base runner of the game with a base on balls. Nico Petragus, batting .350 with 9 RBI on the season, has Stimson on first. Stimson, who reached with his 6th walk of the season. Only bumping that on-base percentage. Second on the team coming into this one was a 62% on-base rate was Stimson, as Petragus takes the first one away. And it was both teams who made it to the semifinals last year. Canon McMillan was defeated by Seneca Valley, so while they didn't play in the semifinals, this one's waved down the line. It's going to land foul. Helfenstein had zero clue where that ball was. Lost the ball in the sun on a high pop-up off the bat of Petragus. Stimson went. It was a hit-and-run situation. Ended up going down the line regardless. So, as I was mentioning, Canon Mac finished 15-7 with a 9-3 conference record. Got shut out in the semis. And then Norwin also was shut out in the WPIAL championship. Only 2 hits in that championship game did Norwin have. So the 2-1 to Petragus is waved and missed. Canon McMillan started 8-1 last year, now 8-0 on this season. Looking to remain undefeated, they are. Stimson with a decent lead at first. The 2-2 is chopped to third. Knight gathers steps. The pick from O'Donnell. And a 5-3 putout ends the bottom half of the first inning. So as we head to the top of the second, Canon McMillan leaves one on with a Stimson walk. And Shulsky looks to go back to work. Today's game is brought to you by Boyer Pentec, your local experts in restoration and construction. When fire, water, or storm damages hits, Boyer Pentec is ready to respond quickly and professionally, helping homeowners and businesses recover with confidence. With decades of experience and a hands-on approach, they manage the entire process from cleanup to rebuild. Visit BoyerPentec.com and see why they're trusted across western Pennsylvania. Shulsky, who mowed down the Knights in order. It went Knight, Tavares, and Sivrich. Here will be the senior Derek Berger in left, who will lead off for Norwin, Zane Markovitz, and Ryan Helfenstein. The definite 3 of this inning, depending on what happens. Sebastian Shulsky, as I mentioned, going to the University of Cincinnati to pitch, has an ERA of 1.91, 11 strikeouts per game. He's hit 5 and walked 6. And as I mentioned, only about 3.5 pitches per batter. Shulsky. This first one is out to Berger, and the top of the second writes itself. Shulsky settles in. The 2-0 is there. Berger sees his first strike. The 2-1 from Shulsky is up. Ever heard a conversation pregame? Shulsky was mentioning his hands were dry and was speaking to the head athletic trainer about using some type of lotion to settle down the palm of his hands. Regardless, pulls himself back to a 3-2 count. The 3-2. 3. Derek Berger goes down looking. That's Shulsky's third strikeout of the game. 2 looking, 1 swinging. The swinging came from Sivrich. It was Tavares and now Berger who have went down looking. Now Zane Markovitz, who's catching O'Neill today. Waves and misses. That's the first delivery from Shulsky. So I mentioned the efficiency of Shulsky being able to get the first batter out of an inning. The 1-1 now is the count to Markovitz. Being in the same section, this is a huge game for comfort in the standings. The 1-1 is in there. The 1-2 from Shulsky is low. Shulsky has started 3 and completed 2 this season. As his 2-2 is waved and missed. Make it 4 out of 5 nights he struck out. Now it's Ryan Helfenstein, the right fielder of Norwin. Back-to-back swings and misses. The 0-1 is away. The strong suit of this night lineup is the first 5 pretty much. In Jake Knight, Tristan Tavares, Caden Sivrich, Derek Berger, and Zane Markovitz. But provides some pop in the lower parts of the lineup occasionally do the Knights. As the 1-1 is waved on and missed, Shulsky looking to finish out the top half of the second in command as he was the first. The 1-2 is in there. The breaking ball falls in, and an electrified Shulsky walks off the mound. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's 0-0. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Seaside Sports, helping athletes train, improve, and compete year-round. With indoor cages, experienced instructors, and programs for players of all levels, Seaside provides the tools needed to develop real results. Whether you're working on your swing or preparing for the next level, it all starts with reps, and Seaside gives you the place to get them. Visit seasidesports.com to get started. So Sebastian Schulski has been going to work early, but Canon McMillan, nothing to show for it in the bottom half of the first. See if they can provide some run support for Sebastian in the bottom half of the second. So Braden Redu steps into the plate. 375 with 3 home runs and 13 RBI on the season. Leads the team in OPS. With a 1.479 as he takes strike one from O'Neill. Redu gets on base 54% of the time. Strike two falls in. Norwin 5-1. Canon Mac 8-0. Norwin coming off a 3-game set over Hempfield as this one's driven down the right field line out of play. But after it's lost to North Allegheny, Norwin come back and win three in a row over Hempfield. And Braden Redu in an 0-2 battle chops this one to first. Ranging to his right, sliding is O'Donnell. Underhand toss over to O'Neill, and Redu grounds out into a 3-1 putout. Blake Simmons now. Simmons bats 375. He's batted in 5 this year. Reliable and left he has been up to this point. O'Neill shakes off Markovitz, throws what he wants, and gets what he wants, and that's a strike. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball at the chest that falls in. Now 1-2. Not throwing as much fastball into this early going, O'Neill, as I thought he would be. A few breaking balls, works quick. The 1-2, he follows up that breaking ball with a fastball and gets Simmons on strike swinging. Gavin Dantry hasn't had that many at-bats this season. He's only 2 for 4. It's actually Sebastian Schulski. Read the lineup card wrong. Thought it'd be Dantry who'd be batting, but it's Schulski who's on the mound. He's helped himself out all season. Struggled early, but has figured out the bat late, but finds himself down 0-2. So it's Dantry and right, and Schulski is in that 7th spot. Trying to help himself out is Schulski. O'Neill not letting him do so. The 0-2 fought and away in the wooded area. About 50 yards to our right. Wind is still now. The 0-2 once more is up. Schulski committed to the University of Cincinnati for pitching, but has done fairly well with the bat. Strikes out swinging, and we head to the top of the third, still scoreless. A classic pitching duel is what it is. O'Neill strikes out Schulski. Today's game is brought to you by Virginia Manor Shops, located on Green Tree Road in Pittsburgh. With convenient access to everyday essentials like groceries, banking, coffee, and more, it's the perfect stop for busy days. Whether you're running errands or grabbing something quick, everything you need is right there in one location. Make your next stop Virginia Manor Shops. Liam O'Donnell playing first. Has seen some action early. Will lead things off for Norwin in this top half of the third inning. Shulsky fixes his belt at the waist. O'Donnell steps in, 7-8-9 coming up for Norwin. Shulsky with 5 strikeouts so far. That first pitch strike we've seen relatively every bat so far. Was not the case there for O'Donnell. Comes back with one. Base defense for Canon McMillan. Outfield shifted slightly right. The 1-1 in the inside corner. O'Donnell doesn't agree with it. Shakes his head in disapproval, regardless in a 1-2 hole. Swing and a miss again. 6 of 7. Retired by strikeout. And we move on to O'Neal. So O'Donnell to O'Neal, the O's brothers. But O'Neal, like Shulsky, looking to give himself maybe a base runner for his offense. No hits in the game so far for either side. Another first pitch ball from Shulsky. The 1-0. Shulsky usually in command when he sees a ball. He always seems to fight back with a strike, whether it's the first pitch ball or late in the count. His poise is definitely professional as the 1-1 is waved on once more. Shulsky has 6 strikeouts now. Wanting it, gets it. What Sebastian Shulsky is doing, ranked on Max Preps as the #1 team in not only the WPIAL in Western Pennsylvania, but in Pennsylvania as a whole, is Canon McMillan. And a big part of it is probably due to this man on the mound right here. Again, a swing and a miss. Shulsky's 3-0 on the season with 18 1/3 innings pitched, only allowing 2.3 hits per game. Now has the 9-hitter of Norwin. The only junior in the lineup, that is Dante Marino, in an 0-2 count. Shulsky looking for his 8th strikeout in a row. Is away. He averages 11 strikeouts, already 7 in 2 2/3. Wanting the snowman. And there is one in April. 8 strikeouts in a row for Sebastian Shulsky. Retires Canon McMillan Once more, we head to the bottom half of the third inning. It's Canon McMillan nothing, Sebastian Schulski 8 strikeouts. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Hellbender Marketing, helping local businesses and teams stand out. From custom apparel and promotional gear to design, printing, and branding, they deliver high-quality results with a personal touch. If you're looking to elevate your brand or outfit your team, Hellbender Marketing has you covered. Visit hellbendermarketing.com to get started.
Leading off with the big match, designated hitter, Alex Easlip.
So Alex Easlip has 2 hits on the season. Hasn't seen many ABs. A ball that goes above his head, he puts down for a bunt, fielding and crashing is O'Neill. Fundamental play from Norwin. Not sure how Easlip got a piece of that. He was practicing his bunting in BP and is aggressive with the first one, a ball that was above his head. Regardless, it goes as a 1-3 putout to start the third. And now it's Noah Westfall with a 294 batting average on the season. Westfall plays short, a very fundamentally sound shortstop he is. With 5 RBI, he takes strike 1. The 0-1, he wanted it, but holds, does Westfall. Committed to my very own Waynesburg University is Westfall. He's a senior, looking to go there in the fall. This one's grounded to the left side and foul. Well, I mentioned the MLB talent from Pittsburgh because of Troy Stimson, but no, Westfall, Waynesburg. Let's talk about Mason Miller. The Padres actually defeated the Pirates today. Didn't get a final score, but they took 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh. The 1-2 to Westfall is a breaking ball in there, looking at the knees. Beautiful pitch from O'Neill. That'll go on as a backwards K on the score sheet. Keep ourselves organized. Falcone was a first pitch swinging culprit in the top half of the first. Grounded out to Jake Knight down at third, who then threw on to O'Donnell. The 0-1. Out in front by a few miles. Falcone understanding, keeping his head in there, tapping his chest. The 0-2 to Falcone is grounded, chopped to short. Tavares crashing, cutting him off as Knight throws the stretch, pulls O'Donnell off the bag, and Falcone has an infield single. Tough play from Knight. Tavares came to crash, but it was Jake Knight from third. Scooped it with the left on the move. Not a routine play whatsoever. I believe that'll be ruled a base hit. And when you're a manager with what you see is an early onset pitcher's duel through 2 2/3, maybe consider stealing Falcone.
2 outs here in a 0-0 game. Marshak awaits the 0-1.
Marshak grounds this one to the left side. Great scoop from third. Knight, he can't corral it. O'Donnell. Falcone moves to third, and Marshak goes in there. It's going to be an error on the throw. And runners on the corners with 2 outs. And just the guy you want up, Troy Stimson. Has 6 RBI on the season. He's caught in now 20 innings this year with a .615 on base percentage. So what was initially a beautiful play from Jake Knight, playing that ball on a short hop, especially off the turf, which could be lasers. These pellets could be distracting.
0-0 game between Canon McMillan and the Norwin Knights. Canon McMillan threatening with runners on first and third.
Now visit between all of Norwin, trying to strategize, see if it's a squeeze situation, make sure to hold Falcone on with 2 outs, most likely not. Will they steal Marshak again in this situation? Understanding the quality of what is this pitcher's duel so far. Probably won't steal Marshak, and with a guy like Stimson up in a runner in scoring position with 2 down, you gotta think they're gonna stay stationary.
First and third, 2 outs. 0-0 game.
McDowell Lane Field, bottom half of the third inning. It's Canon McMillan at 8-0 and Norwin at 5-1. Norwin is visiting here in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. Stimson sees strike 1 in there.
You'll keep an eye on Marshak over there.
Norwin out of North Huntington, Pennsylvania.
Smooth pick over at third by Knight. Throw just wasn't on.
Decent bit of ways to travel for a 4 p.m. WPIL game. Chop foul in the hole 0-2.
Matt O'Neill, 1 pitch away from getting out of the first and third jam.
With runners on the corners, Stimson in an 0-2 count.
Taking those cleats to college with him.
Marshak takes a step off first, Falcone off third. The pitch is driven to left field. It gets down. Playing it off a short hop, hits his chest is Berger. To third is Marshak. Into second is Stimson. Troy Stimson. It's 1-0 Canon Mac. Troy Stimson with an RBI single to left. Advances to second on the throw to third. And with him catching, there will be a pinch runner. That pinch runner is number 2, Ben Tazak. He's committed to Washington and Jefferson for baseball as Tazak. Kind of a utility player for this Canon Mac team. Some more speed on second. As Nico Petregas is in. Petregas batting .350. O'Neill now in more trouble with runners in scoring position, second and third. The 0-1 is a breaking ball just outside. Marshak on third after he reached with an error, so any run after this will be deemed as unearned. The 1-1 to Petregas is low. Petregas looking to induce more damage. That one outside, now 3-1. Time taken. Petraeus with a gesture after the step off. Didn't like the time call. Regardless, back to 3-1. High leverage situation. On second, Tazak. Third is Marshchalk. Battling. Now in a full count. Scholsky with some run support. Going into the top half of the fourth regardless. We'll see what happens here. Full count. Outside. Petraeus loves it. Now it's Braden Radu. He has a grand slam earlier this year and an 11-6 win over the Trinity Hillers. Braden Radu just to the dugout once up. Known for big hits in big situations. This being a big game with big implications. This is the situation he wants. Defensive Norwin is back. Not holding any runners on. Playing that outfield grass right on the border of the brown turf and the green grass. Marshchalk on third. Tazak on second. On first is Petraeus. Radu at the plate. Grounded out his first at-bat. The 0-1 grounded to short, flicked on to Marino, Tavares to Marino, ends the inning, but regardless, Canon Mac scores a run on 2 hits, 1 run with 3 left on and an error. Canon McMillan leads Norwin 1-0. Today's broadcast is brought to you by MP Coney Island, a local favorite serving up classic American comfort food. Known for their signature chili dogs and simple, great-tasting menu, they built a reputation that keeps people coming back. Located in Cannonsburg, it's the perfect stop for a quick bite or a casual meal. Stop in today because you know it's all about the chili. So Jake Knight, the only Knight who has not struck out, ironically enough, grounded into a 6-3 put-out Westfall to Radu in the first inning. 8 in a row by strikeout, 9 in a row retired. Perfect game so far for Scholsky. The 1-0 is popped high on the brink of the outfield and infield grass. Calling for it is Marshchalk. Corralling it is Marshchalk. 1 down. Remaining the only Norwin Knight to not have struck it out is Knight, as that one will go as a P4. So the strikeout party is discontinued, but the perfect game is still on. Tristan Tavares struck out his first time. This one's grounded past the glove of Petraeus. Into left, fielded by Simmons, rounding first heavily is Tavares. And the first hit of the game goes to Tristan Tavares. Say what you want, call it a jinx. He didn't hear me. It's just a coincidence. Caden Sivrich, one of the most well-rounded hitters in all of the WPIAL, with Tavares on first as this one's low. Now after that first hit, we'll see if anything of those likes were on Shulsky's mind or if it's just pure motor from here on out, and put that hit in the back of his mind. Wind blowing from the south to the north direction. From the looks of the flag, at least, as the 0-1 is away. Norwin, who was defeated in the WPIAL championship last season, 1-0 to Seneca Valley in what was a rainy day. Not really what most would say championship baseball weather, but bigger problem right now is the 3-0 count with a runner on and Shulsky finding himself behind Sivrich. The 3-0. Takes strike one. Will look low. Is in there 3-0. Umpires tend to be fairly generous on 3-0s. Wonder if that was the case there or if it was in the zone. Can't really tell from the angle up here. Regardless, now 3-1. Shulsky steps off after time. The 3-1 to Sivrich with Tavares on first. So first and second with one down brings up Derek Berger. Berger playing left, batting in the 4-hole. After a 2-hit, 1-run inning in the bottom half of the third for Canon Mac. Now, Shulsky was given a piece of insurance. Norwin looking to take it right back. It's just the 6th walk issued from Shulsky this season. Yeah, he's hit 4. First pitch to Berger's in there. The 0-1. Tavares singled after Knight started the inning with a pop-out. Then Sivrich walked. So Sivrich is on first with Tavares on second, only one down. The 1-1. Right under the letters at the button. Six A baseball at McDowell Lane Field. Shulsky's 1-2, fouled off. After the foul, the 1-2 again from Shulsky. Once more. Top half of the 4th inning. Runners on first and second. Shulsky's 1-2 is a pickoff bag. They got him. Westfall sneaks behind Tavares. And the biggest play on the defensive side of Canon McMillan completely changes the dynamic of this pitch. Shulsky's 1-2 with a different energy. Once more fought off. So after the pickoff in a 1-2 count for the fourth time to Berger. There's two down. The runner goes. It's driven. The hit and run works to perfection, pulls Westfall out of his defensive position as he has to cover for Sivrich. And we're right back to first and second, this time two down. Couldn't ask for a better placed ball within the infield than what was right there. As Westfall went to cover the running Sivrich, Berger places one in between the third base and second base bag, right at where Westfall was stationed. In a high leverage situation again is Zane Markovitz. His first time seeing Shulsky with runners on. Shulsky's first pitch strike. When he gets the first pitch strike on a batter, he usually does pretty well in getting him out. The 0-1 is in there, 0-2. Shulsky's 0-2. Runners on first and second. The foul tip caught from Stimson. 9 strikeouts. After a complicated fourth inning, Norwin leaves 2-on after hitting 2 no runs and no errors on the side of Canon McMillan. It's 1-0 Big Macs. We head to the bottom half of the fourth. Today's game is brought to you by Major Mallard's Duck Pin Bowling, located inside Midtown Market in Cannonsburg. A fun and unique twist on traditional bowling, Duck Pin is perfect for all ages and skill levels. Whether you're planning a night out or just looking for something different, Major Mallards delivers a great experience. Book your lane today at MajorMallards.com. The top half of the fourth went like this. It was Jake Knight who started with a pop out, then Tristan Tavares singled, followed by a Caden Sivrich walk. That put Derek Berger into a 1-2 count with 2 on and 1 out. Then it was a pickoff move from Sebastian Shulsky, which worked to perfection with Noah Westfall to get Tristan Tavares. Following that, Derek Berger singled on a hit and run right to where Westfall was positioned, which put runners right back into where they were, this time with 2 outs after the pickoff. And then, of course, Shulsky did his thing and struck Markovitz out. So 9 strikeouts up to this point. That last inning, Norwin got no runs on 2 hits, and they left 2 on. This time around, it's Blake Simmons, the left-handed batter. Swords this one. This is Braden Radu who grounded out with the bases loaded to end the inning on a 6-4 put out. The 0-1 is over our heads. Simmons struck out his first time up. Bet's 375, and number probably moved after the strikeout. Definitely moved. Playing in left is Simmons. Hasn't seen much action today. Again steered off. The only trouble Norwin has faced on the defensive side of things was in that third inning where Canon McMillan left 3 runners on, bases juiced with 2 down.
Finds one he likes and delivers the 0-2.
The 0-2 is an off-speed swing and a miss.
Now on strikes.
Good comeback from O'Neill.
Fifth strikeout of the day.
That's his 5th. Simmons retired twice by strikes, as has Shulsky. Not twice, but has also been retired on strikes. So Shulsky, who's pitching a gem up to this point so far, sees what he could do against O'Neill for the second time around. Just a tick under 60 degrees at first pitch. The sun definitely warmed up today for what was a chilly morning. Now Shulsky in a 1-1 count. Some chilly days followed by what looks like an uprising of a weather that we're going to be used to over the next few months. Mid-70s, low 80s for the next week's forecast. Shulsky's now fighting a 1-2.
Swung on and missed.
Shulsky down on strikes once more, both swinging. Back-to-back Ks for O'Neill. O'Neill has featured the fastball and slider overlay pretty heavily up to this point. Alex Easlip, his first pitch of his at-bat last time was a ball over his head that he tried to bunt. Easlip with the shin guard on the left leg. Once more to the right side.
Ball was bunted slowly, but he got off the mound quickly in that one. As you said, I feel like it is a little harder to
Now working quickly is O'Neill. Already struck out the first 2 of the inning, that being Simmons and Shulsky. The 0-2 with 2 down to Easlip. He holds. Markovitz loved the pitch, gave O'Neill the figure of approval. That's the index finger we're talking about, the 0-2. The 1-2 rather is grounded to the right side past O'Neill. Marino comes up with it on to first. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. It's Canon McMillan 1, Norwin nothing.
or rather Canon McMillan down in order. And we'll go to the Norwin Knights side of the inning. 1-0 to score. Canon McMillan ahead of Norwin.
Today's game is brought to you by Brochacho's Salsa, handcrafted, locally made, and packed with bold flavor. Based right here in Washington County, Brochacho's Salsa is all about fresh ingredients, quality recipes, and bringing people together over great food. From events and local deliveries to fundraising opportunities for schools and organizations, they're doing more than just making salsa, they're building a community. Find them locally or learn more at brochachosalsa.com and see what all the flavor is about. Sebastian Shulsky coming to the mound to lead the charge on the 5th inning. Following 2 strikeouts, he struck out himself and Alex Easlip ground out. Moving quickly, this game, first pitch was at 4 o'clock. It's now 5:03 and we're in the top half of the 5th. Petragus runs the ball into Shulsky. A high five of motivation. And Ryan Helfenstein, the senior playing right field, will face Shulsky for the second time. As mentioned, the only Norwin Knight not to strike out was the one with the same last name as the nickname, Jake Knight. So Shulsky 2-0. He's thrown first pitch strike most of the day. When he's found himself behind, he's come back. Here's the heat. That's in there on the outside corner. So Shulsky going to the University of Cincinnati. Someone you might know of. Maybe he'll model his game after. 2-1. Sandy Koufax. Sandy Koufax had a 12-year career in the major leagues. Posted a 2.76 career ERA. Pitched 137 complete games. Shulsky only has 2 this season. Probably never reach 137 in his career. Based on the trajectory of what baseball is now, the 2-2 from Shulsky is low. But Koufax was a 6-time All-Star, won 4 World Series, 3 Cy Youngs in the last 3 of 4 years of his career. He was the first to 3 Cy Youngs. Shulsky looking to be there one day. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Sebastian Shulsky. Not the first time we've seen this season. He averages 11 per game. 1 from that mark. That's Helfenstein's second strikeout. The next 3 batters, O'Donnell, O'Neill, and Marino, who are set to be up. Their first time ups, they have also struck out. As the foul goes to the overhang of the backstop, ball gets stuck there. Won't be a problem unless the winds are so heavy. But I don't even think physically that's possible. The 0-1 from Shulsky to O'Donnell is popped to the right side. Radu chases after as his hat falls off with the wind. No chance. Norwin 5-1. Canon McMillan looking to stay undefeated 8-0. Shulsky's 3.7 pitches per batter coming into this game was the lowest of Canon McMillan. The 1-2 to O'Donnell is caught looking. Make it 11. That's his average, but Shulsky's bet on a tear. That fastball slider combo. There's not been any quality at-bats at the bottom half of the lineup. All strikeouts so far. So 5 through 9 are 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. So from Liam O'Donnell to Matt O'Neill. O'Neill pitching and DHing for himself. Shulsky blows that one by him with a foul tip. A little late. O'Neill fighting. Craig Spizak, the longtime head coach of Norwin, had a meeting with Matt O'Neill in that 3rd inning. Following that, it was a Troy Stimson laser to left, which singled home Massimo Falcone. The 1-1 is waved and missed. Shulsky looking for a dozen for the 3rd time this season. Did it March 19th against Ringgold, March 30th against Woodland Hills, and now he did it April 8th against Norwin. The 3rd 12 strikeout performance for Sebastian Shulsky. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's Canon McMillan 1, Norwin nothing. Today's broadcast is brought to you by All-Star Sports Bar and Grill in Cannonsburg, your go-to destination for great food, cold drinks, and wall-to-wall sports. With a full menu, plenty of TVs, and a true game day atmosphere, All-Star is the perfect place to catch the action with friends and family. They also offer catering, private parties, and reservations. making it a great spot for any occasion. Stop in today or check them out online at allstarsportsbargrill.com. So after a masterful top half of the fifth inning, don't expect much less from Sebastian Schulski. We head to the bottom half of the fifth. Noah Westfall going to be leading things off. Westfall struck out looking his last time up, coming into this game, batting at a 294 clip with 5 RBI. Westfall plays that shortstop position, and he plays it well.
Falcone, Marshchuk, and Stimson. First pitch from O'Neill versus Westfall back. 1-0.
First pitch to Westfall was up. O'Neill, I've mentioned Schulski, but O'Neill's been nearly just as impressive. He struck out 6. His only troubled inning was that bottom half of the third that started with an Alex Eastlep ground ball, ranging to his left, diving on the ground, throw over to first, pulls O'Donnell off. Great pick by Knight, great play. The throw a little too high, and Noah Westfall reaches first safely. Called an infield single base hit. An impressive play to keep it in the infield. It was from Jake Knight. Regardless, it's Massimo Falcone who started the 2-out rally for Cannonsburg. This time there's no outs, and he has a runner on. Falcone with Westfall on. He bunts. It's a chopper to first, ranging to his right, trying to avoid the tag, but he does his job, moving Westfall over to second. Massimo Falcone with a sac bunt.
Runner in scoring position with 1 out for Marshchuk.
Second baseman, MJ Marchuk.
MJ Marshchuk now, committed to Winthrop for baseball is Marshchuk, wearing that number 13. Has 12 RBI on the season. He leads the team in slug percentage at a 1.200. Marshchuk fights away. The first pitch is foul.
Second base is Noah Westfall, who singled in the infield to start off the inning.
Westfall on second. O'Neill still efficient. However, Cannonsburg has had some hard hit balls in the few last at bats. Let's see if they can carry whatever momentum that is in baseball to the offensive firepower. Marshchuk in an 0-2. Stimson, the lone RBI of this game. He singled home Falcone in the third. Marshchuk reached on an error. This one's chopped to the left side, Knight cutting off Tavares, and Marshchuk reaches first again off of a bobble from Knight. We'll see what that's rolled. Charging was Tavares, pretty much the same exact play that we saw where Knight cut off Tavares and Marshchuk reached safely. We'll see if it's ruled as an infield single, that'd be the second this inning, or if it will be an E5. Regardless, it's Troy Stimson. Runners on the corners, 1 down. It's Westfall on third. Marshchuk on first, waiting for that official ruling. The first pitch to Stimson is low. Stimson hit a laser that was fielded by Berger. He actually bobbled the ball on Stimson's RBI. Marshak takes his secondary lead at first, and he goes. The strike, no throw down. Marshak steals second safely. So the 1-1 will be halted due to another mound visit. Head coach Craig Spizak will go out to corral his infield as well as Matt O'Neill. And talk over situational baseball. There will be no pitching change. And that official rolling, that Marshak chopper in between the shortstop Tavares and third baseman Knight was rolled a hit. Knight's had a busy day at the hot corner. And no surprise in a key game, in a situation where you see leverage, the infield will be playing in. The outfield takes a few steps in as well. A line base in the outfield as well as the infield, beside the fact that they're in about 5 feet compared to usual. So the 1-1 to Stimson swung on and missed. A mound visit Combs O'Neill, and a 1-2 with one out. Marshak on second. Westfall on first. Both who reached with infield singles. Stimson, the lone RBI of the game. O'Neill's 1-2. The infield in. Skips the dirt. Good block by Markovitz. Didn't really have a chance to get to the backstop based on his positioning. It's now 2-2. Stimson was the hero in the third. And the lone reason that one is on that scoreboard. And he waves this one, but the force out is at first. Fantastic job from Markovitz. Fundamental baseball holds Westfall on third. No harm, no foul. Stimson strikeout swinging. Now 2 down brings up Nico Petragas.
Third baseman
Nico Petragas, 350 batting average with 9 RBI on the season. Petragas' first pitch is fouled back. Petragas has 14 total bases this season. He's a 1.219 OPS. The 0-1 is popped high off the right side. Out of play it goes. So the 0-2, Canon Mac had runners in scoring position. Second and third, only one down. Now it's 0-2, 2 outs. Petragas trying to stay alive. O'Neill's 0-2. Driven foul once more. Petragas fighting. Has a 520 on base percentage. Looking to do more than that. Wants to put those RBI numbers up. Nine RBI. Mound visit just a few minutes ago, followed by a catcher-pitcher meeting between Markovitz and O'Neill. Talking strategy for this 0-2. Nico Petragas with runners on second and third. Foul once more. Right at head coach Brendan Steele. Coach Steele played football and baseball at Waynesburg and was a Canon Macmillan graduate in 2004. Again, the pitch. This one's driven high and deep to left center field. Raging back is Sivrich. It's off the top of the wall. Scoring is Westfall. Marshchalk from second. It's 3-0 Canon McMillan.
From Nico Petraeus, it'll put the
Nico Petraeus, the clutch moment of the season.
2 RBI double for Nico.
Breaks home 2 with the double. Sivrich goes into the center field wall hard into that notch that I said in left center that's a little slanted. Laid on the ground for a minute. And it appears yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's Craig Spizak. He's going to go check on his center fielder. Star player is Canon McMillan. Dugout gets a warning. 3-0 Canon McMillan. Nico Petraeus, the hit of the season so far. You could call it Braden Radu's grand slam. You could talk about it all, but Sivrich clearly pointing to that notch that I mentioned in that slanted wall right where he ran into to the left of the C on the print of Canon McMillan baseball in center field. If you could see that out there. Ran right into that notch. Petraeus' towering drive. If the wind was helping him out slightly, about 3 more feet would have gone over the wall regardless. In an 0-2 count with 2 outs, Petraeus, talk about a clutch gene. Well, he took it and ran with it there. 2 RBI double for Petraeus brings up Braden Radu, who grounded into a 6-4 putout with bases loaded in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Now has Petraeus on second. So I said Petraeus was looking for those RBIs. He goes from 9 to 11 now on the season. 3-0 Canon McMillan leads. The 1-0 to Radu is in there. Two infield singles, followed by a strikeout and then that double is why Canon McMillan is in front. Reminder, Sebastian Schulski will still be coming out for the top half of the 6th. The 2-1 to Radu. This one's grounded to the right side. Stopped. Chopped. Throw on to first. Fantastic play from O'Donnell. Battling the sun as well. I understand it was a ground ball, but regardless, O'Donnell to O'Neill. The O brothers get it done to finish the bottom half of the 5th inning. Regardless, Canon Mac gets 2 on 3 hits. They leave Petraeus on base after his RBI double. It's 3-0 Canon McMillan. Today's game is brought to you by Life in Motion Chiropractic Center in Cannonsburg. Focused on helping patients move better, feel better, and live healthier lives, their team offers chiropractic care, lifestyle guidance, and advanced therapies tailored to each individual. From back and neck pain to overall wellness and performance, they take a whole-body approach to keeping you at your best. Schedule your visit today at lifeinmotionchirocenter.com. Sebastian Schulski back here at McDowell Lane Field in Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. It's 3-0 Canon McMillan. They're 8-0. Norwin's 5-1. Canon McMillan coming to this game looking to improve to a better record, which was last year. They started 8-1 after losing the first game to Peters Township. They could match that today with a loss or exceed it with a win, and currently Sebastian Schulski in line for his 4th win regardless, pending on Norwin's offensive answer. So it's Dante Marino, the only junior in the lineup, wearing number 2, playing in the 4 spot at second. Equipment malfunction from Stimson prior to the first pitch of the inning. So the top half of the 6th opens up with a ball. The overlook of the press box to the left is some suburbs. The 1-0 in there. And to the right is just vast green pasture. A mix of rural and inner city feel Canonsburg, Pennsylvania has. Washington, Pennsylvania as a whole, rather. The 1-2 from Shulsky to Marino finishes him again. 13th strikeout for Sebastian Shulsky. Coming up is Jake Knight, the only Norwin Knight to not strike out today. He hasn't gotten a hit, however. He grounded into a 6-3 putout in the top half of the first, and then in the 4th, flew out to the second baseman, Marschak. Back-to-back first pitch balls from Shulsky. Usually, he doesn't slow down, but you could definitely see signs of fatigue in these later innings from Shulsky due to just missed location. Stimson with that little head nod telling Shulsky, hey, let's settle in. It's 3-0 lead. You know what you're capable of. His 2-0 tonight. Wanting to avoid everything possible to get this, to put the lead runner on, is Shulsky, but the 3-0 is in there. Other MLB players at the University of Cincinnati that you'd recognize: Ian Happ out of Mount Lebanon High School. He's 42 hits away from 1,000. And Josh Harrison, a.k.a. J-Hay, fan favorite in Pittsburgh for a long time. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Shulsky pulls himself back into a full count. He's fighting. Can he come all the way back down from 3-0? We'll find out. He has 13 strikeouts on the day, a 1.91 ERA coming into this affair. He's 3-0 on the season. Has now pitched 23 2/3 innings. The 3-2 tonight. Make it 14 on the day. And that completes it. Sebastian Shulsky has now struck out every member of the Norwin lineup. Tristan Tavares. He struck out in the first, singled in the second, but was also picked off on a great move by Shulsky. Nifty move. Definitely got a sign from Stimson because Westfall ran over. It was poetry, baseball poetry in motion is what it was. Shulsky's 0-1. Someone got a scare down there. Chopper to the left side. Scott Drabeck. The 0-2. Still fighting. Shulsky wanting 15, looking for it, is outside. Braden Redu has his glove off currently. Now putting it back on right before the pitch. I was curious if he was that confident in his pitcher. We'll find out after the 1-2. Does it hit Tavares or does it hit the knob of the bat? Time from home plate umpire Craig Spizak coming down the third base line, arguing it hit him. They look for the foul ball, but very non-confident move from the side of Tavares that he got hit. Wasn't extremely convincing. Now Coach Brendan Steele wants an explanation. He's tried to listen in as best we could. Got no words from it, but regardless, that's the fifth batter Shulski's hit this year and puts a base runner on for Norwin. Their first since the fourth. Now brings up Sivrich. Sivrich, who took a hard crash into that left center field wall after the double by Nico Petragas, is now in. Takes ball one. Sivrich, a key piece to this Norwin offense and this team overall. Unable to make that play in center, however, which increased the lead for Canon McMillan by 2. It's 3-0. The 1-0 at the knees. Sebastian Shulski, 2 complete games. March 19th, he allowed no runs on 1 hit, struck out 13 and walked 1 against Ringgold. March 30th, he pitched 5 innings against Woodland Hills. That was a game that was called due to mercy rule, struck out 12. The pickoff from Shulski doesn't even throw over. No contest. In that Woodland Hills game, he allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. Hit 2 as well. Got the win, though. This one grounded to short. Westfall on the backhand. Throws to second to Marshchalk. The 6-4 putout retires the side. Heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's Canon McMillan 3 and Norwin still nothing. For a few reads heading into this bottom half of the 6th inning. This game is brought to you by the Mariana Outdoorsman Association. Preserving the outdoors and building the next generation. Visit MarianaOutdoors.com. It's also sponsored by Seaside Sports. Train year-round and take your game to the next level. That's SeasideSports.com. The letter C. Thank you to Virginia Manor Shops. Convenient shopping and dining all in one place on Green Tree Road. And if you want to stand out, you need Hellbender Marketing. Gear, branding, design, they make you look like a pro. Thank you to all our sponsors for helping us out at Keystone Global Media. This operation and this team, which is so special, would not have the chance to be covered without you. So we appreciate you. But as I mentioned, how special this Canon McMillan team is. Yeah, this game isn't over yet. 3-0. This is probably the top team in your section is Norwin. Went to the championship game last year, was defeated narrowly by 1 run. You come back into this team with a senior-headed Wolfpack. Sebastian Shulski, MJ Marshchalk, Troy Stimson, the junior, being a key piece. Braden Redu, the senior. Nico Petragas, 8-0. Their best starts in school history. This Caden Laskoski will now step in to bat for Blake Simmons. This one's driven to right field. He's going to have some room to run. Rounding first to Laskoski. Gets to second. He'll be in there. Sliding in safely. First pitch he sees is driven to right field. And a leadoff single for Laskoski.
He didn't wait very long. He jumped all over it.
Sebastian Shulsky with a 3-0 lead and a runner on second. Laskowski, after pinch hitting for Simmons, is going to bunt, put a perfect bunt down. That'll advance him to third. The throw gets away from O'Donnell. Shulsky to second. It's 4-0 Canon McMillan. Laskowski crosses home, and Shulsky, on what was a sacrifice bunt, is an error on Markovitz. So Shulsky helps himself out. Not intentionally, but he makes it work. Laskowski's doubled, followed by a sac bunt error.
Designated hitter,
Leadoff double is obviously huge, but the way they've gotten their base runners, it's been a lot more conservative.
And Alex Easlip 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. For nothing, Canon McMillan with some insurance from Shulsky. Gives it to himself after the error from Markovitz. A ball over the head of Easlip. Dangerous bunt. He nipped it, hit the nip of the bat, kind of cued it away. Keegan Williams in place of Shulsky on the bags. Shows bunt again over the head. So crashing on that formation. If Easlip puts bunt down, it'll be O'Donnell from the first base side of things, with Marino covering the bag. Tavares holding on Williams. Another high pitch from O'Neill. And 1 on Easlip. Easlip 0 for 2 on the day with a .250 batting average. Only 2 hits on the season. The 3-1 is in there. Brings it to full. Easlip with a mixture of an orange and kind of like a cyan turquoise blue bat. I'm so far out of what's a good bat and what isn't. Haven't played baseball in about 10 years. It used to be DeMarinis and Louisville Sluggers. I couldn't even tell you anymore. The full count is up. Easlip walks his first time on base today, puts runners on first and second with Westfall. The count must have been wrong on the scoreboard. Easlip thought he had ball 4, but it was ball 3. This one's popped high behind Markovitz. Gonna try to make a play, but it lands just past the Norwin dugout. Now I'm truly curious. I wonder if there were 3. I believe that was the 4th ball, so whatever ball Easlip sees here, it will be ball 5 if it is a ball. But with new life is O'Neill. O'Neill just had himself a similar to Johnny Cueto, drop the ball on the mound, except there's not 38,000 people chanting O'Neill. The 3-2 is ball 5, and Easlip takes it. Noah Westfall singled and scored in the 5th inning. On that double by Nico Petregas. The bunt shown from Westfall is fouled back after it hits the plate. Main reason we're in this situation currently is after 14 strikeouts from Sebastian Shulsky. First and second, no outs. This inning started with a double from Laskowski. This one's driven to the left side, through past the shortstop Tavares. Rounding third, heading home is Keegan Williams. On to third, sliding in safely is Alex Easlip. And an RBI single for Noah Westfall extends the Canon McMillan lead 5-0.
Play design here. Drew the shortstop away from the left side. First baseman coming to second base, going fake the bunt, pull back, swing through the left side. That was beautiful execution there. And rightfully so.
Tavares was holding on the runner Keegan Williams at second, which pulled him out of his natural position on a slow ground ball that just got past his diving attempt. It's 5-0 after the extended lead from Westfall. And Massimo Falcone, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice bunt, a single and a run scored, comes up in the 6th inning for his 4th at-bat. First pitch to Falcone is high. O'Neill's had a strong 5 innings in this 6th inning, still no outs with runners on. Falcone drives one down the line, it's fair. Scoring from third is Easlip. Rounding second, heading to third is Westfall, and Falcone an RBI double makes it 6-0 Canon McMillan. Massimo Falcone in this Canon McMillan lineup just proving why they're the best team in Pennsylvania. They do it time and time again. Clutch hitting with runners on the base paths and elite pitching. That's pretty much the story of good baseball. Okay, so as we have a pitching change, it's Canon McMillan 6 in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and Norwin nothing. Aiden Catterall coming in for relief for Matt O'Neill. So O'Neill, if it lines up and the score stays the same, he'll be the losing pitcher. So through 5 innings pitched, because he hasn't gotten an out in the 6th, he finishes with allowing 5 runs, 1 unearned. He struck out 6. He struck out 7, rather. And he walked 2. So O'Neill, who was very efficient for Norwin, finishes the day after struggles in the 6th inning. Canon Mac figured him out, put up twice as many runs than they have through the first 5 against them. O'Neill finishes with 5 innings pitched, allowing 6 runs, 5 unearned. He struck out 7 and walked 2 on 8 hits. So Catterall coming in with late relief and runners on second and third, no outs. Tough position, especially when you're facing MJ Marshchalk, who singled and scored in the 5th. Batting .550 on the season, 12 RBI. Just trying to get out of this one. The 0-1 to Marshchalk. It's a breaking ball that misses. The 1-1. That one's driven to right center field. Ranging back is Sivrich, makes the catch, tagging from home and scoring is Westfall. Falcone on to third. One out runner on third, Falcone. Westfall scores. It's 7-0 Canon McMillan. And another RBI for our MJ Marshak.
Number 1, Troy Stimson.
4-run inning up to this point in the game. It's Troy Stimson who came up huge in the third inning. Stimson singled and scored Falcone. See if we have some deja vu here in the sixth inning. 4 spot up right now in the sixth. It's 7-0 Canon McMillan. Troy Stimson's 0-1 from Catterall. So breaking ball in there. 58 degrees, now nearing sunset at 7:52 p.m. More day as we get closer to mid-June. That sunset time will keep going up. Time called from Stimson. This one's chopped foul. 0-2 on Stimson. Stimson, the only junior, not the only junior, but heavy junior presence on this team of Canon McMillan. Both Norwin and Canon Mac, senior-centric teams. This one's popped high into right field. Ranging back is Marino. Coming in, Marino, fantastic basket catch. He throws home. Falcone tags from third. That speed, you won't catch him. However, fantastic play from the junior, Dante Marino. A basket catch. Brandon Lau with the Pirates had a very similar catch the other night. Miscommunication between Helfenstein and Marino could have created a dangerous collision, but fantastic play from Marino. Regardless, Stimson does his job to drive home the runner for the second time today. It's 8-0 Canon McMillan. Nico Petragus batting .350 on the season. That one's out of play. Petragus 1 for 2, singled, walked, and struck out on a 2-3 put out in the fifth. Was looking at the wrong batter. Petragus' line went like this. He grounded out, then walked, and then hit a double in the fifth. Fifth ended on a Braden Redu put out. After that one's fouled back, it's 1-2. No runners on. 5 spot in the sixth. The 1-2 from Catterall. That's driven into left field, end over end. It's going to get down. Another base hit for Nico Petragus. Brings up Braden Redu in the bottom half of the sixth.
Number 47, Braden Radu.
Braden Redu. The 5 spot. Radu's 0 for 3 on the day. He has 3 home runs, 13 RBI, all ground outs. The 0-1, fouled away. Oh and 2. Braden Redu. Hayden Catterall to Redu. Breaking ball down. Purdue gets on base 54% of the time, has yet today. Generous lead from first is Petragus, the 1-2. Grounded to short, that's going to be Radu's fourth ground out of the day, a 6-3 putout to end it. He goes 0 for 4, and we head to the top half of the seventh inning. It's going to be Sebastian Schulski looking to close it out. It's 8-0. Canon McMillan leads. We take some reads from our sponsors. We'd like to thank Midtown Market for food, shopping, and entertainment all in one place in Canonsburg. Go to Midtown Market. Are you hungry? Say less. MP Coney Island is still serving up chili dogs and classics that hit every time. Remember, it's all about the chili. Grab your crew and hit the lanes. Major Mallards is bringing the fun with duck pin bowling right in the heart of Canonsburg. And we're also sponsored by Brochacho's Salsa. Fresh, local, and full of flavor. Find them near you or online at brochachossalsa.com. Sebastian Schulski, 14 strikeouts, looking to finish Norwin out and earn his third complete game on the 2026 campaign. Derek Berger stepping in. He struck out his first appearance, singled in the fourth inning. The first pitch from Schulski is a strike. Derek Berger, one of 2 hits in the fourth. The only time Norwin threatened today was in the fourth inning. They had 2 runners on with 1 down, but Schulski and Westfall executed a pickoff move to perfection. The 1-1. It's fouled away. Derek Berger taking in the 1-2 from Schulski. Grounds it foul. Canon McMillan looking to improve to 9-0. Norwin, if they lose and this score holds, they'll fall to 5-2 and be handed their first section loss. This one driven to the shortstop right at Westfall, 1 down. But Canon McMillan, like I said, 9-0, one of the best starts in school history. Truly can't get better than that unless you just keep winning. Don't miss the junior varsity game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It'll be streamed here on Keystone Global Media. Same time, same deal, same field. Now up is Zane Markovitz. He has a pair of strikeouts. Looking for the hat trick to give him is Schulski. So the varsity will have a day off tomorrow. Junior varsity will be playing. So the 1-1 to Markovitz. But there will be no day off due to cancellation of games. It's Thursday and Friday at Norwin. Canon Mac will go. Just got confirmation with the schedule. Schulski's 1-2. Fouled back. Looking for strikeout number 15 with an 8-run lead. some foreshadowing. They are 8-0 currently. That's what it reads on the scoreboard, the record of Canon McMillan. Infield playing base defense. Middle infielders on the brink of the grass, and there's number 15 for Shulsky. The hat trick for Markovitz. And he wants to do it back-to-back. Here's Ryan Helfenstein, who's also struck out twice today. First pitch is sliced foul. So as I mentioned, the last 3 games, I know this is the brink end of this one, but Norwin defeated Hempfield 3 in a row after their loss to North Allegheny, which they were shut out. If they're shut out in this one, maybe they go on a little run again. The 0-1, checking his swing, did not go. And then Canon Mac coming off of 3 wins in a row over Woodland Hills in a series which they outscored them 36-6, I believe. The 1-1 in there, 1-2. Now trying to make it 16, his season high. In his 3rd complete game. The biggest game of the section, 5-1 Norwin, 8-0 Canon Mac. Trying to remain undefeated with this comfortable lead as Shulsky, time is called. Shulsky 3-0. 1 pitch could improve him to 4-0. Looking for strikeout 16, the 1-2. Shulsky does it. The biggest win of the season for Canon McMillan, and Sebastian Shulsky lets his dugout know it. 16 strikeouts in pure and utter dominance from Sebastian Shulsky defeats Norwin. Your final, Canon McMillan 8, Norwin nothing. So Sebastian Shulsky goes 7 innings. He allowed 2 hits, no runs, struck out 16. He hit 1 and he walked 1. We'll call it 2 base on balls, and another marvelous outing from Sebastian Shulsky. He improves to 4-0 on the season. Canon McMillan, an undefeated clip, 9-0. They'll play tomorrow, and Norwin, with their struggles, the losing pitcher is Matt O'Neill. He pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 hits on 7 strikeouts. He walked 2, allowed 6 runs, 5 of those being earned. And then it was Aiden Catterall who came in for relief, pitched that 1 inning, allowed 2 sac flies and a hit. Those hits weren't those runs, so it would be O'Neill's, allowing 8 rather. 8 runs, 7 earned. But there's your final from McDowell Lane Field. It was Canon McMillan once again victorious as they defeated Norwin in a 6A battle of the section, 8-0. We thank you from Keystone Global Media. We thank all our sponsors. The Mariana Outdoors Association, Boyer Pentex, Seaside Sports, Virginia Manor Shops, Hellbender Marketing, Midtown Market, MP Coney Island, Major Mallards, Brochacho's Salsa, All-Star Sports Bar and Grill, and Life in Motion Chiropractic Center. We thank you. Those are our reads. This was Dean Shazer from Keystone Global Media. Your final, Canon Mac 8, Norwin nothing.